Hi guys, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Aligned and Guided Masterclass. I am so happy to have you here this evening, and I hope everyone's had a magic day. And I'm so excited for what I am going to be sharing with you tonight. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Alana. I have always had an interest in manifestation from a very young age. As far back as I can remember, I've always had this belief that you can create the life you dream. I envisioned, certain things when I was young and thought that, if I saw other people doing it, there was no reason I couldn't do it as well. Like they were kind of the proof that you can make your dreams come true. You've just got to want it enough and want to follow that and find a way for it to happen, basically. There was no way that someone could tell me that I couldn't do it because I couldn't prove them wrong. But my journey with angel numbers and universal signs, started when I first kind of noticed, synchronized numbers coming up. So like 111 coming up. And I always thought it was just a something lucky. Like I didn't really understand what it meant. I knew that it was something, and I'd heard people, say something about angel numbers, but I had no idea what it was. I was like, oh, 111, cool. Like, oh, that's a good sign. It's going to be a good day. But the more I started delving into spirituality, it's amazing the signs that started popping up. And I was like, I don't think this can be just a coincidence anymore. Like, I was speaking to the beautiful Trinette just before, and we had this chat about, where we're living at the moment, where we've come from, and found we're from exactly the same areas. And it's just a living example that synchronicities can happen, and they happen for a reason. Sometimes they're unexplained. We don't quite understand why, but when we think into where we currently are in the moment and what's happening around us, there's a reason as to why these signs and things pop up. And, to give you a live example, like with Trinette, there's obviously a reason we're meant to connect and meant to reconnect again. And we're living in the same area and we've grown up in the same area. There's a certain reason as to why it is, and that's a sign from the universe saying, to follow that and act on your intuition. So my intention for tonight is for you guys to go away and feel really clear and feel directed and guided with the path you're currently on, but understanding how you can use these signs to, use them to your advantage and help with your manifestations. So to kind of get things underway, I'm going to take you guys back a little bit. I'm a bit of a science nerd and I love to know the reasoning behind why we should be doing something or understanding things on a deeper level than just at a base level. So to take you back and to help you understand exactly more about like angel numbers, it goes back to numerology. So it's the study of numbers and their symbolic meanings, and basically it goes back thousands of years across various cultures and civilizations. But the one that spoke to me most was the Greek influence when it came to numerology. And you may have heard of Pythagoras and his theory. And, this Greek philosopher was known as the father of numerology. And he was very, much a part of shaping numerology as we know it today, because he believed that numbers were basically the fundamental building blocks of the universe. So he and his followers developed a system associating numbers with vibrational frequencies and, had their qualities and meanings and laid down the groundwork basically, and believed there was more to numbers than just them being, what you saw, before you being written down. Like there was a meaning behind them. So when it comes to modern numerology, in today's world, we see the revival of it combined with Pythagorean numerology with metaphysical concepts. So, in today's world, it has become a popular practice for self discovery, personal growth, spiritual guidance. And, as we're going to go into a bit further, like the numbers and symbols and how they're ordered, kind of have their own meaning, and they reflect, patterns in nature, human behavior, the cosmos. Like it's really just something interesting that I love to dive into and learn. And I think it's important to still make your own interpretation of them and listen to your heart and your intuition. Because tonight it's going to be my take on what I feel are universal signs and what they mean, and the angel numbers and synchronicities. But everyone's on a different path. So, I'm not on the same path as you ladies here tonight. So, my interpretation of what I see and what they mean to me is going to be different to you guys. But these can be used as a guide, and you can use them in a way that speaks to you. So yeah, numbers are, considered to hold frequencies. They're fundamental language of the universe. We use them every day, whether it's on a clock, whether it's us writing them down, whether it's in currency, whatever it might be. And everything in existence, from atoms to galaxies, operates on energy and vibration. And numbers provide a way to describe and interpret these energetic patterns. So numbers are like, I suppose you could say, energetic codes. Like if you think of music has different notes and it makes us feel a certain way. And it's the same with numbers. They have their own vibes or energies. So, these vibes and energies can show up in patterns around us, just like, nature's designs or even anywhere in our daily lives. So, for example, like the number one, it feels like, starting something new and exciting, and what you're thinking about is coming into your reality, whereas number eight feels more like success and abundance. So when we think about these numbers and that's what we're focusing on and wanting to manifest, we do sometimes start to see these numbers because that's the frequency they hold. Some people believe that noticing certain numbers, as we're going to dive into, like 111 or 444, is the way the universe sends us messages or guidance. And we're going to go into that further soon. So, in simple terms, numbers carry sorry, excuse me. Numbers carry, a vibrational frequency and energy, and by paying attention to them, we can understand how they connect to our lives and help guide us. So I'm going to bring up some slides, and as I said, like these are my interpretations of the numbers. I'm going to go through angel numbers and then speak more into synchronicities and universal signs. But I'm going to share my screen and share a bit more about the numbers. Proudly share. Make that a bit bigger. Okie dokie. Hopefully you guys can all see that okay. So we're going to start with 111. So obviously you see these pop up, whether it's on your phone or it's, you're out and about somewhere and you see these signs pop up and it's like, okay, I've seen it. What does it mean? What do I do? So I'm going to take you through how I interpret these numbers and what they mean. And then I'll go through after what you can do when you see them and what you should be checking in with. So 111 is typically your thoughts are quickly manifesting and doors are opening for you. So when we speak about this, you want to make sure your thoughts and energy are positive and about the experience in life you desire. Because if we're thinking a negative thought and we're in that feeling of lack, that's what we're going to manifest, because what you focus on grows and becomes, your beliefs and your reality. So it's kind of telling you that, what you're thinking about is manifesting, but make sure it's positive. So make sure, you're thinking about the good things you want to create, not what the bad things are happening, and you don't want those to manifest in your reality. It means you're in a state of alignment and your thoughts, as I was saying, are creating your reality. So to check in on that. Next, we've got 222. So things are going perfectly well. Stop worrying and trust the process. Keep up the great work you're doing. Have faith and trust the universe. It's so easy to get caught up and worry about exactly how things are going to turn out. Sometimes we need to surrender and just trust. And this is a sign from the universe saying, hey, it's all going well. It's okay. You don't need to worry. It's all going to turn out perfectly. 333. So this is keep focusing on your desires. the universe is on your side, because what we focus on grows, as I was just saying before. And if we are focusing on the positives and what we want to occur, this is a sign that is saying it's okay, the universe is supporting you, you're on the right track. Take aligned action though, because yeah, you're on the path to where you need to go. So keep focusing on your desires. Now, this is the one I'm seeing a lot of recently is 444. So 444 is you're supported and moving in the right direction. The universe is helping you achieve your goals. So it's nice to see, this, because it's nice to know you're supported and there's more around you energetically and vibrational that's supporting you. And when it comes to being a vibrational match and on the same frequency as what you're wanting to attract, it's nice to know that you have these kinds of signs that are saying, yeah, you're on the right path. But check in with your intuition as the universe is guiding you and helping you achieve your goals. Remain open to help that may find you. So you are being supported, but this support can come in many different forms. It doesn't always show up in the way that we kind of expect it to. So remain open to, any way that help may come in to help you get to where it is you want to go. And keep an eye out for new ideas and other synchronicities. Suddenly you might be thinking of something or someone you haven't seen in years that would be really helpful for you, or what you're wanting to call in. And you're like, oh, I haven't spoken to that person in years. Maybe I should call them. And the next thing you know, they're on your phone calling you. So keep an eye out for those kinds of things, because, that's the universe helping and guiding you with your goals. 555. So this is often the sign of change. Change is on the way, and it's meaning positive change. So it's saying goodbye to the old and hello to the new. Exciting things are happening. Change is happening for your growth and expansion. So it's a good thing. It can be scary, sure. Saying goodbye to the old can be like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to let go yet, but change is on its way. It's going to be good. You're in a state of transition. So just be kind to yourself. Say goodbye to things that are no longer serving you, and stay true to your vision and trust better things are on their way. 666. Check in with yourself and what feels aligned. You may need to recalibrate and adjust your path. So when we think about this, you just want to check in with your thoughts and make sure your thoughts are aligned with the actions you're making, and you're moving in the direction that you want to, and you're not kind of swaying off the path and not going down the direction you know is the right direction. So check in with your thoughts. It could be about financial matters, it could be material issues. Just redirect your thoughts and keep them positive and have faith in the universe, and come back to what feels aligned and true. I think that's probably what I take away from this when I see it the most is, you may need to recalibrate. How can you better support your vision and dreams, and make sure that you are keeping, aligned with what you want to manifest and what you want to call in. 777. So it's all working out for you. Events and circumstances are aligning and your desires are coming into fruition. So maintain a positive outlook. It's a great thing. It's all working out. Just know that, yeah, it's all happening for you. Continue to learn and expect miracles to occur, and stay open to opportunities and take action where necessary. 888, so abundance is on its way. You're being rewarded for your focus and energy. So a lot of the time, we can feel like we're hustling and we're working and we're not seeing any results, or there's nothing happening. We're like, oh, is it worth it? What am I doing? Should I be changing it? But when you see this sign, it's just the universe and the vibrational frequency you're on going, hang on, it's okay. You're going to be rewarded. Stay focused. It's going to happen a lot of the time. Abundance, it abounds and it's heading your way. It could be money, it could be love, it could be whatever you're trying to call in, but there's abundance coming to you. But still make sure you're taking inspired action and you're living up to your full potential. The big thing with signs is that you don't just want to see it and go, oh, cool, amazing, it's all happening for me. I don't need to do anything now. It's done. It's all happening. And you stop taking action and just expect it to happen, and then nothing happens. And you're like, why isn't anything happen? Like when we see signs, you still got to take action on it. So step into your own self-confidence and welcome the reward for all your energy and focus because yeah, just keep going on that path and you will be rewarded. 999, a phase in your life is coming to an end. Get excited for a new chapter in life. So this is one I saw about a year ago, and I didn't really understand exactly what it meant for me then. And then when it hit, I was like, oh, okay, like this totally makes sense. And it was kind of strange because I was like, oh, I can see that something is coming to an end, but I'm not quite ready for it. But when I saw this, I was like, okay, it's a good thing. Get excited for the next chapter. Things are changing. It's meant to be happening. So it's a completion of an energetic cycle. You're finishing a project or a chapter in your life. 000. So kind of similar to some degree, but it's more just new beginnings and a fresh start. Like they're here now. So follow your gut without waiting to start. A lot of the time we're just waiting for the perfect time and, oh, I'll do it tomorrow or, oh, next week I won't be so busy. Like it's just saying, just do it now. Go ahead. New beginnings are here. Let's go. Things are about to start flowing for you. But there could also be a void that is going to be filled. So, for example, maybe you've left a job that you really didn't like. So there's this void in your life, like you haven't got a job at the moment. So, it could be something like that that's going to be filled. What are you waiting on? What have you been wanting to call in? So stay tuned for new beginnings. So it could be a sign that, there's something that's been missing in your life and you haven't yet filled it yet. But, something is going to be coming there. So moving away from the three numbers in a row to more four numbers now. I won't have too many more to go through because I don't want to keep you guys too long this evening. But 111, I think, is something a lot of people see. That 1111 and back to when I was saying that these were the kinds of numbers you start seeing when you come into spirituality. This was a big one for me. So it means you're in true alignment. Watch your manifestations show up in your reality. So again, you still got to make sure you're taking inspired action and just be the person you want to step into now. Show up as her now. Do the things she would do because it's everything around you is going to manifest you in the right alignment for these things to occur. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember your potential and believe in yourself. Let go of any thoughts limiting you. So you've just got to, it's so hard sometimes because, as I said, you catch your limiting beliefs. It's so easy to go in that thought process of going down the black and the negative path. And we can often spiral and it's so hard to get out of that. But when we catch ourselves and we can stop and interrupt that pattern and flip those beliefs there and then, one thing I've started doing, as a tip for people is to start writing down these beliefs as soon as you catch them. You've always got your phone on you, so write them in and there and then flip them around and make that your new affirmations that you read each morning. What you think you become. So make sure, you're letting go of any thoughts that are limiting you and believing yourself, believing your potential. 1, 2, 1, 2. The universe is manifesting your desires. Stay focused on your goals and step out of your comfort zone. Release fear and step up with passion and purpose. And that is it. I'm going to leave that there. So don't worry if you guys didn't get around to writing that down or anything. I'm going to be sending out a little PDF thing that you can put on your phone. So you can have it as a screensaver or a background. So if you are out and about, you can just go, oh, that's what it means. So don't stress if you didn't write it down, but it'll be coming out to you via email. So from here, I just want to speak a bit further into that. Like I've explained, what the numbers are and what they mean by me. As I said, when you see angel numbers, start to tune into what's happening around you. You might be out and about, you might be at home, but when you see it appear, if you can, stop where you are and check in with what's happening around you. What were you just thinking? And how are you feeling at that moment? Like, what were you thinking about when you saw that sign? And how does that relate to what you were just thinking? So, if you were just thinking about, oh, this goal seems so far away, like, am I ever going to achieve it? You might see an angel number and it's telling you, no, hang on, you're on the right path. You're in alignment, trust the universe, it's on your side. So it can just be a bit of a reminder to check in and just know you're on that path. It's going to mean different things depending on what is happening in your life. So, as I said before, we're all on different paths. And when I see certain angel numbers, they're going to reflect on me, differently to how they reflect on you guys. So it's all open for interpretation, and just use your intuition, because the real message is unique to you. Just listen to your heart and act on it. Because, yeah, it's so unique. And I think, as I said, I love the science and things behind things. And, when it comes to numerology, and as I said about the frequency and the energetics behind it, um, it's just, there's the vibrational match and things around the numbers that come through. So when we're checking in on our energy and what we're feeling, because a lot of the time what we're feeling is the vibration that we're putting out, is going to be what's coming back to us from the universe. So if you think about, maybe a number you saw recently, you may be able to see how that relates to what's going on in your current life. So what I love about angel numbers though is they really strengthen your belief, because what you focus on grows. And this can be why we see certain numbers, because the universe reflects your energy. The signs will confirm that you're on the right path. And if you trust and you have gratitude, it's going to amplify your vibration and open you more up for receiving. So make sure when you see the signs, you thank the universe for sending them to you, because, yeah, that trust and that gratitude is going to heighten your vibration or raise your vibration. And it's going to really reflect that and have it coming back to you, because I believe that when we see certain things, it is for a reason. Because what we focus on, like if you're thinking about, um, going to work tomorrow and it's going to be a drag, and it's going to be a bad day, then chances are it's going to be a bad day, because that's what you're focusing on. If you're focusing on, oh my gosh, I get to go to the beach today and it's going to be amazing, and I'm going to catch up with my friends and it's going to be the best day ever. Well, yeah, that's what it's going to happen, because that's a vibrational frequency you're in and what you're calling in. It's the same with numbers. If we're focusing on, we see 111 just randomly, and you're thinking about 111 and what it means, you're probably going to start seeing 111 pop up more often, because without a doubt, I bet you guys see certain numbers that pop up more often than others. And it's because that's what your thoughts and what you're thinking about are aligning with that number, like we went through before. So yeah, it's funny the things that can happen, and how that can, yeah, really be what's being reflected to you from the energetics from the universe. So to put angel numbers aside, I wanted to touch on synchronicities as well. So synchronicities can pop up in so many different ways. As I said earlier, we found out Trinette, who was on here tonight with us, she and I are from the same area. We grew up in, and now we're living in the same area here. We haven't spoken to each other in like 6 months. These kinds of things pop up at certain times for unexpected reasons, but I believe there's meanings behind that. So it can be something as seeing something, and then, half an hour later, you see the same thing again. It might be, I don't know, a yellow balloon, for example. And then all of a sudden you see another yellow balloon. And like, how often do things like that happen? So again, you kind of need to think about where you are, what you were thinking about in those moments. And a lot of the time I feel synchronicities are just a sign that's going, okay, you're on the path. What you're thinking about, is a sign that it's going to happen, or it's been a sign that, yep, go ahead with it. I think it's very open to interpretation depending on what you're thinking about, where you are, what's going on. It could be that you meet someone unexpectedly that can help you with what you are working towards, or what you're struggling with. And it's just like, oh, I was just thinking I needed to go get a coach for that. And now this person just suddenly pops up out of nowhere. It could be hearing the same phrase. You might, read it on a screen on something you're scrolling on. And then the next thing you know, you hear it like on a radio or on a TV commercial. It could be seeing two of the same things. It could be talking about someone and then they call. Like there's so many different things that pop up. And, people can be like, oh, it's just a coincidence. But I really believe that when we think about the energetics, and I don't want to go too far into this tonight, it can be something for another day, but it's because you're on a certain frequency, and that's what you're on, and they're the different parts coming in that are coming into your reality at the same time. So synchronicities are starting to move into universal signs, and these are things that I suppose the most common one I think of is butterflies. And a lot of the time when people see butterflies, it can often mean it's a symbol from a lost one, a loved one that's passed, and it's just them coming by to say hi. Or it could be, they see a feather on the ground and that's a symbol of good luck. It can mean all kinds of things. And I feel like the universal sign is something that's really more personal to you, and you're the only one who can truly understand what it means when you see it. For me, mine's a crescent moon. I've got a little moon on here tonight. But that's what I found to be my universal sign and has a meaning to me. So when I see that, it's often, I'm definitely in the right direction. I'm on the right path. Go ahead. That's kind of what mine means to me, but it's going to mean different things to you. And if you don't have a universal sign, feel free to message me and I can send you through a little activity you can do to try and figure out what yours might be. It's a very simple thing. It doesn't take very long, but it's very much just kind of the first thing that'll come to your mind. As I said, it could be a feather. It's just a way that universe communicates, and it communicates through patterns and objects, just like numbers, just like synchronicities, just like different words that might pop up. You sometimes you might not even see your sign for ages and ages, and then you're like, all right, universe, I need a sign. Like, am I on the right direction? Should I be doing this? And all of a sudden, it's like, bam, you see your sign because you've started thinking about it again. And as I said earlier, what we think about is what we bring about. And, when we start looking for these signs, you see a sign, you're like, oh, okay. And then you haven't seen it in ages, and it's all of a sudden an hour later, you see it again. So it's just funny the things that can happen, but there's all science and energetics and things behind that. But what I want you guys to understand is that it's all well and good to see signs, like recognizing signs is just step one, though. So you still need to take action, and that's step two. You can't sit around waiting for a sign before taking action, because if you sit around waiting for a sign before anything happens, nothing's ever going to happen. You need to be taking action and making sure that what you're working towards or what you're wanting to manifest, you're still working towards. You can't just sit back and go, oh, I'll wait for the sign. And when that happens, I'll start working on it, or, I'll get around and start doing things then. It's like, no, you still got to be taking action, because that speaks to the universe. That's the things that shows the universe that you're ready for it. Because if you're sitting back and doing nothing, the universe is going to give you something you're not ready for. So you want to be clear and have focus. Make sure you know exactly what you're working towards, what you want to call in, what you want to manifest. And the clearer you are, the better. Because when your thoughts are all higgledy-piggledy and all over the shop, it's so hard for your brain to focus and understand on a subconscious level what you're trying to call in. But when it's clear and it's organized and it knows exactly what it needs to do in order to help you manifest what you're wanting to call in, it makes it so much easier for your subconscious mind and the different areas of the brain to understand, okay, this is what I need to do. It's ordered. It's, you can take action. It feels aligned. You're in a better energetic space. But again, that's something I can go further into another day, and doing things like a visualization. So, what it feels like to be in that energetic space. And when you're taking the action and you have that feeling of it already happening and it already occurring. You're in that frequency, you're matching that vibration that you need to be in to be an energetic match for what you're calling in. So trust and repetition is going to build confidence, right? Like the more you trust, the more the signs will appear, the more you'll build confidence and, like, oh, there's that sign again. Okay, yep, cool. I'm doing the right things. And it raises your vibration. You feel so much better when you see those and you just trust and know that the universe has got you. Because a lot of the time people are like, oh, I haven't seen signs in ages. It's just a one-off event. Like I don't see them, but signs are ongoing. It's just like when you focus on, I've done this activity in the past, but when you focus on the things in a room, and you might focus on all the things in the room that are blue. So you count them all. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you count all the things in the room that are blue, and then you stop. And you've been so focused on the blue, you've got no idea in the room what was actually green. So, signs are always there. It's just a matter of actually noticing them when they are there. So that's kind of what I wanted to speak into tonight. As I said, I'm mindful of time. I don't want to keep you guys here all evening. I could go on about these kinds of things together forever, but I won't. But I wanted to let you guys know that coming up later in January, I'm going to be releasing a 3-day workshop called Magnetic. So if you liked, this kind of a session we've had in this masterclass this evening. I'm looking at doing a 3-day one that's going to go more into the science behind things, but more about like the foundation of manifestation, having clarity and alignment when it comes to working with manifestation. I'm going to focus on energetic magnetism, embodying your desires, and also manifestation mastery. So taking aligned action and trusting and surrendering to the universe, because I'm so passionate about this. Like this is what lights me up and being to help other women tap into, their potential and creating the life they dream and having the tools and the resources to be able to do that, but also having someone there to help guide and support them and have someone to bounce ideas and questions off to. So yeah, I'm looking to put this together. I have a bit of a workbook you can go through so you can do activities as you go. So it's very what's the word I'm looking for? You're taking action there and then. You're not just sitting and listening there to me and going, oh yeah, I'll do that later. Like you're going to have a workbook and things there ready for you to go. So for those of you who have tuned in tonight, we will be having an email come out about this shortly, and you will get a discount on the price as well for that too, for supporting me here tonight and being here. So, to wrap this up, I just hope that you guys, come away from this feeling aligned and a bit clearer on, what the universe is trying to relay to you, and knowing that, you can tune into your intuition and there is signs there and you are supported and you are being guided and you can work in alignment. So I would love for you to, pay attention to the signs you're seeing, maybe journal and write them down when you do see them, or pop them in your phone and notice what keeps coming up for you and checking in with that, and using them to help you, with your manifestations and your energetics and what you're wanting to call in. And if you see any signs, feel free to tag me in them. I'd love to see them. You might see something pop up on your phone, so screenshot it, tag me, go, hey, Lance, I just saw this. Or you might be out and about and send me a voice message going, oh my gosh, I just saw this dog and now I've seen another one. Like, it's funny the things that will start to occur because we've been talking about this tonight, that you'll go out and do something tonight or maybe even after this and go, oh my gosh, how did that just happen? Like, it's because we are sitting in this frequency right now. We're in this vibrational frequency and this is what happens. So I'm going to finish it there. Trust the universe and its guidance, trust your intuition, and step confidently into your manifestations. So thank you so much, guys, and enjoy the rest of your evening.